This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. Just in time for the Beltane, the fire festival that we get where these Satanists and witches come out and it's just this thing that we do that's not satanic in any way. There's no rituals or any sacrifice of animals or anything that occurs. Well, just in time for this massive satanic holiday where even self-admitted Satanists and witches claim that the veil is at its second thinnest. If you're not familiar, Halloween, the reason for it and all the rituals that occur on Halloween, including why so many kids get kidnapped and why they want kids out trick-or-treating, is because they use these children in rituals for black magic spells and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, sure, people think it's all crazy, right? And then you get this right in front of your face. On the eve of the Beltane, Avril Lavigne, the witch herself, singing on The Late Show with James Corden, or however you say this loser's name, right? This Freemason, of course, has his Masonic stage with this black and white checkerboard floor. Can't make it up. You get this right in front of your face where she's singing about how she fell in love with the devil. I've covered this song already and her, but I'm just getting so sick and tired of seeing how weak Christians are. They don't even realize that they're under idol worship when they see these people. They're like, no, this whole album is about her thanking God. She's been born again, right? You see the Christian Broadcasting Network. Avril Lavigne released his first song in 5 years, and it's a worship song. It's a worship song. Oh, and she's saying things like she's got to keep calm before the storm, and God, keep my head above water. She's worshiping God. And then on the same exact album, she has a song worshiping the devil, talking about how the devil's put a spell on her. And all this is a ritual put on the masses, the people who watch it. Of course, the same people who don't believe that witchcraft is real, that black magic is real, that spell casting is real, even though they're seeing it every single day as the main theme in all their favorite fictional films and books. Harry Potter, right? Snow White, all these Disney movies. Everything is about magic and witches, and no one realizes it. So you get her, this is how they deceive the masses, right? Lyrics like, God, keep my head above water. They refer to Lucifer as God. This is what they believe. They believe that Lucifer is God, the God of this world, and that is who they worship. If you're a Christian, you can't understand that. Okay, unless these people are flat out coming out and worshiping Jesus Christ and admitting that the only way to salvation is through Jesus Christ, then guess what? They're lying and manipulating you, right? How many of these people have we seen, like Oprah, who come out and they say, oh, I'm a Christian. Oh, and they just start pushing this new age stuff, right? With all these Eckhart Tolle and all these lowlifes who come on their show and they talk about universal gods and self-empowerment, right? And people are like, oh, they're talking about God, so they believe in Jesus. Okay, let's make it clear. Jesus Christ is the truth, the way, and the life. The only way to our Father is through Christ. He's the only way to salvation. So when you hear them talking about God and selfishness, this is them talking about their God. And this is them self-admitting that they worship the devil, yet we get people like the Christian Broadcasting Network talking about how people follow this stuff. I mean, yeah, this is pretty much the stuff that the lukewarm read, but people who are lukewarm don't know they're lukewarm, and there's people who, who think that I'm like the worst person on the planet because I raise my voice, and I get pissed off at stuff like this because I hate to see souls get lost. I hate to see people get led astray by the simplest of things. Is this that hard to figure out? I mean, from the symbolism I've shown you with someone like Avril Lavigne, to the fact that this song came out months ago, the album came out months ago, like 8 months ago, and they have her on the eve of the Beltane to perform this? I mean, really? Don't they usually come out and do their songs like right when their album comes out? No, they have her come out and do it on the Beltane, right? And put the spell on the audience, talking about how Satan put a spell on her and she fell in love with him. You can't make this stuff up, how obvious it is and in our faces. It's amazing to me that there's people who actually have the audacity to think that stuff that channels like mine are saying are nothing but lies. I mean, it's not even audacity. How dumb can you be not to see it? How dumb can you be to think that these people are worshiping our Father in heaven? Okay, Freemasons will come out and tell you they believe in God. You know why? Because they worship Lucifer too. And they worship other Egyptian gods. Right? Gods with dog faces. Scumbags like Horus. Nimrod. Just total douchebags, pretty much. And then they want to trick people into idol worshiping these celebrities. You know why? Because parents hear this and then they go, oh, Avril Lavigne has found God. Her head's above water. Oh, let me let my 12-year-old listen. Right? And let my 12-year-old be influenced by them. That's all these people are, influencers. Their job is to influence. So I've said it a trillion times. This whole MK Ultra process, how it works, there's a reason that all of these people start at a young age, because they build their following at 5 years old, 7 years old, 10 years old. Yeah, as young as 5 on these stupid Disney and Nickelodeon shows. And then these kids grow up with them. They watch Miley Cyrus, ooh, chasing your dreams and all that stuff, and then turn into a total whore. And then that's what they do, and they follow. Oh, yeah, you know, I'm a huge fan, always have been. And they're influenced by them. And they don't realize that their lyrics are spell casting. That's all it is. That's all that music is. Read the lyrics. What's so artistic? I've got to keep the calm before the storm. I don't want less. I don't want more. Huh? Then what do you want? A cheeseburger? I mean, what in the world is... You know, they're just spellbinding and doing this on the masses. So they have her on, even the Beltane, to sing this ridiculous song about her worshiping the devil. And people still think that that this stuff isn't planned. They do this stuff in sync with the satanic calendar. Okay? Same as these world events that occur. When you see, you know, something happen and people die on these specific dates, you know why that is? Because it's all pre-planned. These are all rituals. And people don't even realize it with music. They literally think that this stuff is like innocent and harmless. And I always just tell people the same thing to try to just get them to realize that it's mind control. Is music getting stuck in your head. Songs popping up in your head that you haven't heard in years. Because it's subliminal. You wake up and you're like, why is this awful song in my head? Because you hear it over and over through repetition. Subliminally buried in your head. And you don't realize that there's an influence and there's a spell being cast on you. Nobody does, because they're prideful and they think none of this stuff's real. Yet every movie and every book that they read and movie they see talks about this stuff. Witches, warlocks, magic spells. Did you guys see the video I did on magic and how many songs are called magic and albums called magic? It's laughable. Laughable. Look it up. Just go into the search and type magic and call for an uprising. In case I forget to post it below, because it's hilarious. Now these people are artistic and all the songs are about the same crap. Because that's all that this is about. This is a war for your soul. This is spiritual warfare. And these influencers are being used to perform rituals, whether you want to believe it or not. It's the truth. On the audience. And to influence you and poison you. But don't believe me, right? I mean, the lyrics only say, I fell in love with the devil and he put a spell on me. But she's not talking about it, right? It's a metaphor. Is that what someone's going to tell me? What is it a metaphor? For the dump she took this morning? Oh, for an ex-boyfriend? He was so mean, he was like the devil. And he put a spell on me. And people eat it up. They think all these songs, when they're talking about love, are about their boyfriends and things like that. They're always referencing scripture in music. They're always talking about selling their souls. What do you think? It's just cool? They're like, I want to talk about selling my soul. Because even though Bob Dylan and all these other people have done it, maybe I'll do it. Well, it's real artistic and original. They're telling you flat out how this works. Then it shows you how dumbed down of a society we live in, right? Because people can't even hear it when they're saying it right to their faces. So Avril Lavigne, the Beltane, have her on with, of course, the red lights on the, you get the Corden's Masonic stage, the Freemason himself, James Corden. Couldn't be less funny, these people. Right? They're all here using you, trying to, I mean, that's what they're here for, to influence and poison. And that's what they're doing. What an absolute joke. Beltane, give me a break. Fire Festival, Rather dump the gasoline on myself than participate in that. What an embarrassment. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.